in a world full of monsters that come out of portals. A lot of powerful families had come together and created their own hunter association. They are all after fame, money, and power. And among all those families, the worst of them was the Divine Swordbeak family. They have no mercy at all. They only have two rules in their family: power above everything and obey orders above all. But Baekwu was nothing like them. He is so weak that they voted to kick him out of their family. Even the head of the family, who is Wu's father, voted to kick him out. He doesn't deserve to be with their family. His father just doesn't care about a weak, pathetic person like him. But before they kick him, he needs to give back what the family gave him, which is the root vein in his right arm and the heart bore that he has. He can't believe what is happening to him. His own family wants to cut everything they have between them. But the sad thing was his father. He trained very hard his entire life to get his father's acceptance. But no matter what he did and no matter what he achieved, he will not get acceptance as long as he is alive. They will start to take back what his own family gave him. They are just following orders. So don't be mad at us. He shouldn't be born in the first place. This is all his fault. A year goes by and the city is being attacked by a group where ogres were killing, eating, and slicing people all around the city. It was horrifying to watch this happen in front of you. This is the worst day in his entire miserable life. It all begins when a huge portal shows in the sky and then the ogres start falling like rain from him. No one shows up to help them out. They have to deal with it by themselves. Jean stopped at the alley and was immediately shocked by the smell. How the hell is that many bodies in this only alley? And suddenly his day becomes even worse. It was a giant ogre. He needs to move before he gets crushed by him. He dodged it at the last second. There is only one thing he can do right now. He needs to be alive until the Hunter Association arrives. Even if he manages to run, the ogre will catch him. Eventually, he starts his attack and runs on the ogre's arm. The ogre surprised him with a punch, making him smash the wall. This is not an ordinary ogre. He is faster than the other ones. He will not die till he gets his revenge on his backstabbing family. He tries his best to find a weak spot to hit. And when he found one and right before he hit the ogre, he remembers what his family says to him before they kick him out. He lost all motivation in life. His own family doesn't want him. Why is he still alive anyway? While the ogre was crashing his skull, he had one wish in his mind. He can just get another chance. And suddenly a window pops up telling him that he has connected to the greatest magic sword, Blackstone. He has earned the title of the magic sword owner. He opened his eyes. What just happened there? He should have been dead by now. The last thing he remembered was the ogre eating his eye. He was trying to comprehend what just happened. This is the same room he used to live in before. There is no way this is happening. It's the year 2020. He went back in time 10 years ago. He is back to the family who took everything from him. He would rather be dead than come back to them again. No, he needs to get himself together for now. But when he looked behind him there, he was some guy who just happens to be in his room. He introduced himself. His name is Blackstone, and he is the greatest magic sword in the world. This day is getting weirder and weirder. He can't comprehend all this stuff at once. This is a lot of things to deal with. Blackstone told him that he will make a contract with him. He is now in charge of his growth, and he should try to save the stats window. Wu told him to wait for a second and repeat what he just said. And when he heard it again, he went straight to bed. This must be a prank or something. He will try to sleep for now so he can do whatever he wants. He told him that he should just try to say the word. It will not cost him anything. If he just at least tries. Blackstone asked him if he wanted to get revenge on Baekaju. He will help him to get his revenge on anyone who hurts him. But there is only one condition for the contract. He must fully trust him. After all he went through, he will get his revenge on every single member of this family. If he can make him unstoppable, he will do whatever he wants him to do. He then opens the stats windows. And when he looked at it, all his stats were at the lowest of low levels. Blackstone became small like a child. This is because of his current power. He is too weak to be in his original form, and suddenly he transforms into a sword. The sword was small. This is also because of his lack of power. He will get it back by leveling him up. Jean was born without any talent, and he will probably die before he even gets his full power back. But this just makes Blackstone even more excited. He will make him stronger than ever. He must be prepared, because this will not be easy for him. Jean is now ready to make a contract with him. He will take his first step into becoming the greatest of all time to complete his first quest. He must level up all his stats before he can even hold the sword. The system gives him a task to level up his stamina. It even has a reward if he completes this task from now on. He needs to break all his limits. This is the only way for him to become stronger and stronger. And by using this system, he will transform from being a pathetic wee into a geisha genius. But why does someone trash like him get this crazy powerful system? It's because of the magic sword he will reveal at the end of this trial. So stop mumbling around and let's get some stamina pumping. His first quest has now begun to increase his stamina. He needs to just run, or that's what he thought, because he was doing it all wrong. His breathing and his knees angle were totally wrong, but he keeps running nonstop. There is something really strange about him. Maybe it has something to do with this Baikaja person, but suddenly Blackstone noticed something horrific. Wuhan was having a lot of unusual hate inside him. It's fine if you have some of it. But the amount of hate he sees in Wuhan is beyond what he can imagine. He finally finished his 15 laps. He never ran like this before in his entire life. Ben knows he is weak, but the only thing he is sure about is his obstinacy and his mentality. Aren't both of them the same thing? Blackstone shows him in his stats windows. He already leveled up his stamina. Blackstone told him that his obstinacy and mentality are a talent itself. Jean was so happy. This is the first time he heard this word from anyone in his life. This is also his first time. He gets rewarded for his efforts upon hearing this. He decided to run again. But Blackstone told him he will hurt his body if he pushed too far. But Ben was actually feeling great. In fact, he was feeling even lighter than before. This is the first time he feels such a feeling. It's like something stuck shut, and it had finally opened up for him. Blackstone was surprised by that. It's very rare for anyone to level up his stats in only half a day, and on top of that to have a body that's strong. This is some solo leveling type stuff. Blackstone tries to stop him. But why? He did do what he told him to do and his stats had leveled up. This is how the system works. Blackstone told him that he didn't know what he was talking about. But the only thing he knows is that someone put his soul in a sword. And from that moment on, he learned all kinds of sword skills and training methods. Blackstone wants to ask Jean a question. It's about this unusual amount of hatred that has been inside him all this time, that amount of hatred he has. It seems like it built up over 15 years. Jean wonders if he knows about him coming back in time. And right before he was about to tell him about that, he got interrupted by someone. He recognized this voice and how he can forget the one who took everything from him and humiliated him in his past life. It's because Wuhan is now terrified. He told him to give his respect right now, because if he doesn't, he will kill him right here. He gave his respect to him. This is just a humiliation. Blackstone asks who this person is. It's his brother, the sixth child. Hound. Blackstone told him that he doesn't even look that strong, and he can overtake this idiot at any time. Blackstone did some funny shenanigans with Hao's face. It was just absolutely hilarious. And then his sister shows she is the second child and her name is Yuki. This is her Wujin Aura manifestation ceremony day. He must not disappoint their father in it. The patriarch had come, and everyone gave him their respect. He was a terrifying man. Blackstone told him that his father seems strong, and not only that, but there are a lot of strong people around him too, except that idiot. Of course, he needs to level up as fast as he can before the ceremony. He will just stick to what the system told him to do. Rin totally ignored what Blackstone was saying to him and started running. He will not stop training until he completes the quest. Blackstone was having a terrible time trying to convince him to stop, and then a new window shows up. He just got the title of the student who ignored their trainer. He just managed to increase 2 of his stats in one go. So what happened to the quest? It turns out that the quest is suddenly finished and all of his stats level up at once. Both of them didn't know exactly what just happened. And suddenly a new window shows up. His intimacy with the Blackstone increased. This must be a joke. Does he also need to increase his intimacy with him? This is just unbelievable, and suddenly he gets even more points for making Blackstone shocked. This makes Blackstone question himself. This was the first time something like this happened to him. His dignity is now totally crushed. So after getting that many points, he asks Blackstone which stats he needs to increase using these points. For the meantime, he needs to put 20 points in both his stamina and physical strength, and keep the rest of the points for now. After using the point, his body suddenly started crashing. It was so painful. And then finally, he levels up his body. He is now a low rank. This feels incredible. Blackstone was relieved that he managed to bear the pain, because if he did not, who knows what is going to happen. This is absolutely absurd. The ceremony started. All the family members were there. Sang Hyun is the third child. The fifth child was Soy, and the fourth child was Sanao. Wooing finally shows he put his hand in the crystal ball. The last time nothing came out until he turned 24, and the aura was just useless that time. But now he can do it. A new mission starts. He needs to activate the aura through his veins, not his heart. In order to get a unique aura, Jean didn't know what the system meant by unique aura, but there is only one way to find out. And right after he put his hand, a dark-looking aura starts coming out from the bowl. Everyone was surprised the aura color was black. This is a demon aura. There is a demon inside him. Yunki quickly ran to him. She doesn't know how he manages to get this demon AA. But it didn't matter, she would just kill him before anything happened. But thankfully she got stopped by Song Hyun. She wants to kill him because of this demon AA. But Seon Hyun told her that it was only just a black aura. She doesn't care if he doesn't move away, she will force him to move. The father told them to stop playing around and told her to use her sword in the first place. This will not end well. He uses his aura and makes a shock wave in the entire place. And this self nearly killed her. She apologized to him. He told her that his aura is pure. It has nothing to do with the demon aura that she was talking about. She can't handle this pressure any longer. He told her that she needed to control her anger and ordered her to meditate for 6 months as a punishment. Won needs to become stronger so he will not get humiliated like that. His father told him that this is the first time he saw a dark aura. But why didn't he use his heart? This was shocking. Even his siblings were shocked. Of course, he will know that he needs to be careful about the words coming out of his mouth, because if he makes any mistake, he will simply just end his life. He told his father that he is different. He is just different from his other siblings. He doesn't have the talent and the power like the rest of them. And he can't use his heart because of his weak body. His father asks him if he will continue training like trash people. Is he crazy or something? He knows what he's doing. There is no need to worry about him. He doesn't need to explain anything to him. He will just show him the result. His father laughed so loud that even my ears started bleeding out. But in order for him to do that, he needs to be stronger than his siblings over there. And if he didn't succeed, he will make him wish to die. Thousands of times he accepted his challenge. The ceremony has finally ended. Sang Hyun was looking out for Woo and checking his body. He was very impressed by what he did right there. How his body managed to be so strong in such a short time. Woo Jin told him that he was just training his stamina. Anyway, Exon Hong gave him a Camille stone that he got from a mission as a gift. It will help him stabilize his aura. And right when Wuhan was about to leave, he got stopped by one of his brothers. His name is Moon Hoon. He was mad at him for being a show-off in the ceremony. He must remember he is just a rank 1 loser swordsman. So what about some chit-chat with him for a little bit? Baek-woo tries to make excuse and get out of this situation, but Moon Hoon mocked him as if he didn't come with him he will get some beating and eventually he will cry like a baby. Baek-woo gets notified by the system that there was a new surprise quest. Blackstone explains to him that if he completed such surprise quests he will receive rewards that are beyond his wildest expectations. Moon Hoon was agitated as he kept quiet, so he punched Baek-woo straight in the face. He grabbed him by his hair and threatened him about what he bragged in front of his father. Baek brags about it and cursed at him. Moon Hoon launched another punch at him, but is blocked by him. Even so he gets hit in the abdomen by his kick and then used even more kicks. Moon Hoon mocked his condition and was now about to kick him once more, but this time Baek caught his leg and lifted it high, and then kicks him straight in the face. Moon Hoon was agitated and was going to counterattack, but he is instantly on the ground. Beck explained to him that he was experiencing a concussion from getting hit in the jaw. Beck grabs him by his hair this time and tells him that it was now his time to get beaten. The system notified him that the quest was completed, and for this, he received 300 points and a surprise reward. Blackstone asks him why he accepted the quest without a single thought. Beck Wu tells him that it was the only solution, as if he was indecisive like he was in the past, he would have destroyed his energy core as he did before. Blackstone thinks of it, and tells him he was given a quest that gave him an aura when he stored mana in his energy core. Beck tells him maybe it was true, as the aura he had in his past life was useless. Blackstone was shocked, and asks him what past life he was referring to. Beck realized that he has uncovered his secret, and has no option but to tell everything to him. Blackstone finally figured it out why he quickly adapted to the quest system and completed them without any second thought. Blackstone asks him what he wants to accomplish in his second life. He replied that he just had one goal, to become the swordsman stronger than anyone else, and then defeat his father and become the patriarch to change this family from the inside. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching.